Hello everybody, this is Gruesome Fox coming at you with a new testing video, and today we'll be taking a look at the Geara Doga Full Frontal. This is our second banner suit for this week. Our main banner is going to be the Abagor, but we do have the Full Frontal Geara Doga here as part of a guaranteed boosted supply drop. So similar to what they did with suits like the Dozel Zaku and the Johnny's Gelgook, the suit does have a level 1 through 4 that is guaranteed if you do the respective pull for them, and did want to get the level 1 here since the suit did look very interesting. It looks like it has some really nice skills and weapons, so I decided to pull for it, and yeah, that's what we'll be taking a look at today. So yeah, we'll jump right into it here. And the Geara Doga Full Frontal at level 1 is a 550 cost raid that is usable on both ground and space. Looking at our stats, we have 21,000 mobile suit HP, 18 ballistic, 22 beam, and 26 melee resistance. We have 15 range strength and 40 melee strength. We have 135 movement speed, 215 top speed, 75 thruster gauge, and 72 turning speed. And for our part slots, we have 17 close, 14 mid, and 9 long range slots. And you do have a melee priority of 3. The suit does have space compatibility, and it is considered a 3-star. So some really decent looking stats here, some nice beam and melee resistance, and some really good melee strength there. We'll move on to the weapons kit here. And starting for our main weapon, we do have the Geara Doga Full Frontal Beam Machine Gun Grenade Launcher. This looks like this is, the only weapon here. Again, you do have the other levels here, which all these weapons are available in the RT store. But this weapon does have 450 power with 36 ammo and 300 range, and this is a beam ammo type weapon. You also have the Geara Doga Full Frontal Beam Sword. This is 2,200 power with a cooldown of 2.5 seconds. And yep, does look like a pretty standard beam blade reading the description here. We also have a beam axe. This is 2,600 power with a cooldown of 2 seconds and a charge of 1.5 seconds. And yeah, this is compatible with the heavy attack skill, which is something that the Full Frontal Doga comes with. You also have a pair of Sturmfaust. This is 1,500 power with 4 ammo and 200 range. You have a smoke discharger. So, pretty standard smoke discharger, gives you increased defense and stealth, I would assume. And then you have the Beam Machine Gun Grenade Launcher. This is 1,400 power with 1 ammo and 250 range. So, it sounds like you got some very similar things to the base Geara Doga, while also switching up some weapons a bit with the new Beam Machine Gun here. And moving to the skills here, we do have Assault Boost level 2, High Spec and Back level 2, Maneuver Armor level 3, High Performance Thruster Control System level 2, Melee Composite System, Offense System, Heavy Attack level 2, Leg Shock Reserver level 3, Emergency Evasion System level 2, so you get a double dodge roll. You also get Explosive Reactive Armor as well, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, Special Leg Buffer level 3, Special Left Arm Equipment Buffer level 4, Special Right Shoulder Armor Buffer level 3, Active Guard at level 3, and you do get Interrupt Guard, when a melee attack recovery can be cancelled with a guard action, however thruster consumption is increased after use. So, again, some very interesting skills here. Not only do you get a double dodge, you get a pretty good level of maneuver armor, and again, you do get that active guard and interrupt guard as well. And then pulling up the mobile suit description here, in case anyone wants to pause and read through that, it is there. But yeah, that's everything for the weapons and stats here, so we're going to take the Geara Doga Full Frontal out and see what it can do. Again, kind of it has some similar traits to the base Geara Doga with like the smoke and the Sturmfaust, but I'm going to be very curious to see what the heavy attack for the beam axe is going to be like. You also have no charge on the beam machine gun as well, so hopefully this will have some good stagger accumulation. But yep, here it is. You have the Geara Doga here. You do actually have the fleece markings on the arms here, so if we can get rid of the antenna, I haven't checked if that's removable or not. Maybe we could get a sleeve-styled Geara Doga out of this, but we will start off with the beam machine gun. And yeah, looks like it actually fires a really nice burst. Looks like it stuns in 3 shots on at least the suits that are here. so it does look really promising when it comes to stagger accumulation. So we'll start setting that to reload. Let's see what a melee on the sword is. You do get 2 melee swings instead of the typical 3 for a raid, but you do get a nice poking downswing there, so that's nice. To try to test the melee damage on the GPO1. Let's see, do one more follow-up. Okay, so you couldn't even hit the GPO1 there, so might be harder to hit some of these smaller targets here. But looks like we are going to get some good damage against a support like the Hyzak. Actually, yeah, finish them off. I didn't mean to finish them off that early, but yeah, really nice with the melee there. Moving on to the beam axe. And yeah, looks like we do get 2 swings with this as well. It does have a pretty normal attack pattern, but if we use the heavy attack... Okay, that's very interesting. So you get a double swing into a shield bash. That is actually, that's an interesting combo there. So let's see, we'll test it against the Hyzak here to see how much damage this can do. And yeah, looks like you can one combo a support with that, so... Yeah, very interesting heavy attack. It does look like it has a big wind-up on the shield bash, though. Are we able to cancel out of that? Okay, so we can. So we actually can cancel out of the shield bash if we want to, which is a pretty good thing, since that is a long wind-up on that. I'd be afraid of getting tackled if I'm not careful, so... Yeah, a very interesting heavy attack. And pairs fairly decent with the melee there. Let's see, let's try a Stern Fox. I fired that way too early. Does look like it readies up pretty quickly though. And let's see, ours has a pretty good reload as well. I'm gonna move back over here to see if we can... I assume this would be a normal stun here. Yep, normal stun. You get the smoke discharger. Again, you get increased stealth and defense. And yeah, pretty standard grenade launcher. So it does seem to be everything for the weapons. Again, very interesting with the heavy attack here. So yeah, again, you can cancel out of it, so that's at least nice. But yeah, you do get the active guard. So let's see, we'll turn the... Actually, I'll wait for my thrusters to cool down first, and then we will turn on the GPO1. AI on. Have him come after me. Nope. I'm waiting to see if this Hyzak tries to attack me. So yeah, the machine gun is really good. Ooh. Come on, one of you go for melee. Let's see, we'll do that. So yeah, it does look good there. Let's see, last thing to really try to look at here is going to be the fourth counter. Let's see what the counter animation is. And if you do get a saber combo there with some really nice power. And yeah, really nice downswing with the axe. Oh yeah, I need to see what the axe downswing just does to somebody. I don't think I checked the axe damage actually, so let's see what the axe can do on its own damage-wise. Especially on like a raw downswing, it does look like it does pack quite a bit of power to it. So we do a downswing. And yeah, over 5,000 to a support, so even without the heavy attack, yeah, the axe has some nice melee power. So yeah, I think that might be most of what I can show here for the full Frontal Doga here. And yeah, it does look like a pretty decent, at least raid for 550. I'm not sure how the suit will perform at the higher cost that it has, but at least in terms of 550 suits, it does look like it could be a pretty decent raid. Again, you do have some good stagger accumulation with the machine gun, really quick for staggering a target. See if we can get some good range on the GPO2. I want to see what the stagger on that would be like. Oh yeah, it's about the same. So you can kind of keep somebody locked down with this, so that's good. Yeah, really just a good weapons kit. You do get 2 instant stuns. You get some pretty good melee weapons to use, so yeah, overall looks like a pretty promising raid for at least its native cost, just from testing it out here. Of course, we'll have to take it into actual matches to see how the unit performs, but again, overall, it does seem to be really promising for the most part. So I wonder if the weapons, the beam saber, will be able to change colors, but it does look like it shares the red on the body, so I wonder if that will be able to have its colors altered. But yeah, again, I think that might be most of what I can show here for the full Frontal Geara Doga at for 550 in testing. So yeah, that's going to be really the end of this testing video here. And again, really promising suit with some nice aspects carried over from the base Geara Doga while introducing some new features as well. So going to be curious to see how this suit performs at 550, and hopefully I'll get the other levels in the future as well. I've been kind of, having so-so luck getting the higher levels of the other suits from this kind of banner, but it is from a guaranteed pool, so, again, seems like it's going to be pretty promising. So that's going to be the end of this testing video here. Comment down below what you think about the Geara Doga Full Frontal. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.